Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. It is such a beautiful day out. I'm glad that you can join me. If you happen to scroll and stop by this message, feel free to listen. I promise I'll keep this short and succinct. However, if this is not your thing and you feel that someone else may find value in it, feel free to share. Today I'm going to discuss generational curses. Okay. What are generational curses? I like to describe generational curses as generational patterns within the ancestral bloodlines. So, what does that look like? That looks like mom, dad, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, grandparents. You get the drift. And what it is specifically is limited beliefs, limited thinking that is rooted in trauma and it is rooted in wounds, okay? That's where it starts. How do you overcome it? Heal. So you're probably asking, well, how do I start? Where do I start? The first thing in addressing generational curses, aka generational patterns, is to address it, okay? In order for you to address it, you need to acknowledge it. You need to acknowledge that you've adopted a certain way of conditioning, a certain way of thinking, and you have decided that you wanted to be that change in order to make that change, in order to affect change within your family dynamic, to not perpetuate the generational curse, aka generational pattern, within the next generation. Okay? So that's the first step. In order for you to address it, you have to acknowledge it. The second step is to connect the dots so that you can figure out where the origin is. At what point did you start um, this way of thinking? At what point did you start to display a certain way, certain patterns? Um, that's key. Okay, this will take a lot more work, but that's key so you can figure out where it was rooted in. Was it something that you saw your parents do? Was it something that you saw or heard your parents say that probably triggered? And then boom, next thing you know, you're in a downward spiral. Okay. The third step would be to, well, not the third step, but I would say would be to heal through transmutation and alchemizing. So simply put and devote your energy into something that you love. Okay, so I'm talking about creativity and creative aspect. Okay, change that pain into purpose. Shoot, change that pain into profit. If something that you like to dance, dance. If it's something that you like to vlog, vlog. If it's blogging, blog. If it's you creating beats, do that. Um, these are some of the more unconventional ways to heal, but there's always a traditional route, which is to seek out a therapist and or a confidant, someone that you trust, where you're actually speaking um, you're speaking about some of the challenges that you face leading up to this point, but more specifically, the origins of where you thought it started. One of the best ways to transmute the energy is to write. Write, I'm talking about journaling. Is very therapeutic, especially if you are not about that therapist life. Not everybody is. And so that is another option. So that's the key. So just to recap, you want to heal or begin to heal the generational curse, aka the generational pattern, which is the limited beliefs and thinking rooted in your wounds and trauma. So that serves as strongholds, addictions, attachments, opposition, resistance, all of these, which are distractions. One, you want to address it. by acknowledging it. 2, you want to connect the dots, figure out the root and the origin, the cause of what started this particular mindset that you have, or pattern or behavior. 3, you want to put some action into it, put some work in it, alchemize it. How do you alchemize it? You can journal. You can go and seek out a counselor. You can give back. You can open a nonprofit that focuses on the same issues that you had growing up that you wish to overcome. These are all different examples of how to alchemize and transmute. Begin to transmute and alchemize that generational pattern, generational curse. Remember, it starts with you. Once you start and you incite that spark, you'll inspire others to do the same. So with that, I am out, guys. I am out, but it was a pleasure speaking with you. I'm always grateful, and have a great day.